What up, y'all? It's your girl Naya Athena, and welcome back to my channel. Today is another story time. You already know what time it is. So, based off the title, you could probably tell what I'm going to talk about. This is probably going to be a quick story because, like, low-key, the day just flew by. The day flew by, but I would never forget it. Like, I would never forget it. It was fun. It was one of those things you do, you know, when you're a senior in high school. So, this takes place back in high school. It was our last year. Now, mind you guys, I was a 2020 graduate, so this was probably the most fun day out of the year before we literally had to leave school, like 2 months before class was up or something like that. So it was actually, if honestly, this was like our version of like senior skip day or something. Like, I don't know, because it was just like one of those days. It was so fun though. So what happened was we were in class one day, and the way that our school worked is we had block scheduling, which means that we would have like 4 classes, and they would be like an hour and a half each or whatever. So it was kind of to prepare us for college. I actually did. Can I say I like that better than like the college schedule? I don't know. I don't know. I don't think so. But we was in our second class for the day. So second class, and then we would have to go to lunch, and then 2 more classes after that, right? So I'm in class with a couple of my friends. This is actually a class where we was like in a computer lab type. I think it was like English. It had to be English because we was in there like on the computers and stuff, having to write stuff and stuff like that. Oh wait, actually no, let me rewind. This was before we got to this class. So we actually had just finished first period though, and I had my locker in between, like I had my locker right by the front office, but I was right next to my friends because that's where we had decided to put our lockers that year. And I just remember we was just in the hallway kikiing, you know, just another day. We seniors, we just like, oh, like, you know, what we got going on today. And one of my friends was like, oh, this girl, I feel like I should give her a name, even though she don't really matter like that. We're just gonna call her. What we gonna call her? What we gonna call her? Hemp. Okay, this girl. I'm just looking at stuff. So this girl, Hemp, she got some A's, and we was like, mind you, we were like, we knew this girl. Like, our school is very small, so we kind of knew everybody in our grade at this point. She was cool. I wouldn't say I was like besties with her or anything, but you know, we knew her. Like, we talked to her. We see her, you have her in class, you know, she cool, whatever. Never had no issues with her. But they was like, yeah, she got Eddie's, you know, let's go get some. And we was like, at this point, y'all, I had never did no THC, no Eddies, no smoke, no nothing, because I had purposely told myself, like, I'm gonna at least wait till I'm 18. Like, that was just a boundary I set for myself. Like, I had been around people who do it, but I was just like, nah, I'm gonna wait till I'm 18. So at this point, I probably was 18 because my birthday's in April, so I probably was 18 actually at that point. So I was like, you know what, like, I'm 18, like, why don't this be my first experience? So we all go to the bathroom. It's like me and like 2 other people, I say, and we all in the bathroom talking to her, and we like, girl, where you get the Eddie? And the type of Eddies it was like, what was it, the Rice Krispies? I think it was the Rice Krispies, because them things, for some reason, them be the most potent. So we was like, okay. She broke us off piece. So usually when you do stuff like this, it's like you don't eat the whole thing. Like, it's probably about this big and like this thick. You don't eat the whole thing or you will be gone, done for. So she broke us off. Let's say she just broke us off each like a fourth, right? Which is still a lot for somebody who ain't never been out before. So broke us off a piece. We all ate it or whatever, and then we went to second period, which was in the computer lab. So we in second period, we just like, oh, okay, like, you know, we feel normal. Like, how long do it take for us to kick in? It's me and 2 other friends that I'm in the same class with. One of them is actually like my close friend, and then the girl who gave us the Eddie or whatever. So we all sitting in the computer lab like down the road, and we just like, I don't feel nothing, like whatever. So we in the computers, we supposed to be typing whatever we supposed to be typing or researching something, I don't know. As time goes by, let's say like 30 minutes went by, right? Mind you, it was like close to the end of the year, so we was allowed to have headphones and whatever, listening to music or whatever like that. And I think I had like some AirPods or something because I was listening to music on my phone, but I was on the computer doing my work because it was very laid back. So as time go by though, I'm not feeling nothing. I'm listening to music in my AirPods and I'm just listening to my music and I'm just like, I felt like I got on a spaceship. I felt like I got on a spaceship and like started floating away. Like as the music started going, like, and mind you, I listen to like all kinds of music, but the music that I listen to on a daily basis is usually like alternative pop, like just like very dynamic music. So I'm listening to the music sound beautiful. I'm like, what the heck? And then I look to the right and I look at my friend and I'm like, are you feeling it? And she was like, yeah, I think I'm feeling it. And then my other friend was like, yeah, I'm feeling it too. So we all just like sitting in computer class. And as time is going by, I'm like, dude, like I'm loving how the music is sounding. So I'll turn the music up. I'm just enjoying the music like heavily. I'm very, very up there. And it was so funny because I literally could, like, if we had started typing something, when I tell you we had an hour left in that class, I ain't get shit done. We was in that bitch giggling and just doing our thing. And it was so crazy because, so the girl who gave us 80, she was chilling, whatever, but she was mostly talking to my friend about it. My friend was feeling it, but she was like looking uncomfortable. She was like, this is like, cause you know, the time go by, you get higher, whatever. She was like, oh, this too much. And I was just ignoring them because I'm listening to the music. I'm like, I'm in my zone, right? So then that period end, right? So my friend who was feeling uncomfortable, she was like, dude, I gotta go home. She was like, I gotta go home. Like, this too much. I'm like, you really finna go home? She like, yeah, bro, I can't do this. I'm like, oh my God. So she literally called her mom or her aunt or somebody to come pick her up and she literally left. I was like, what the heck? So then I go to my third period. This was probably after lunch and stuff like that. I go to my third period, y'all. My third period was Spanish 2. Mind you, I don't know. To this day, I'm not proficient in Spanish because the first 3 years that I took Spanish, they kept putting me with a different Spanish teacher and she ended up getting diagnosed with dementia, literally. And so when I got to Spanish 2, she was so like on her shit. I did not know no Spanish for real. Like Spanish 2 was so hard because I kept learning the fucking Spanish alphabet for 3 years because girl had dementia. I was like, oh my God, like this is crazy. We should be compensated. Like what the fuck? But that's besides the point. So I go into Spanish. And honestly, one of my friends that I had cheered with wasn't there. So I was a little salty about that, but she wasn't there. Was Spanish my last class? Yeah, I think we had took the Eddie at lunch and then computer class was third period and then we went to Spanish, which was the last class. So my friend wasn't there. So I'm just sitting, we had like assigned seats though, and I usually would sit next to her. She wasn't there. I was sitting at an empty table. But there was a dude sitting in front of me also at an empty table. So, you know, usually in Spanish class, we would go around the table and like say our little Spanish greetings or whatever just to get us started in the day, right? Y'all, I walked in that class and before like class started, I'm talking to the dude that's sitting in the table in front of me. I'm like, bruh, it's fuck, like I'm gone, I'm gone. I took Eddie, he was like, oh my God. So I'm just like, I'm just sitting in the back. Mind you, I'm at the back table, I'm sitting in the back. And we going around the table. Obviously, I'm not here. So I'm like, they go around the table, I'm the last person to go. All I see is the teacher looking at me like, I was like, what? Like, what did you say? And then she said it in Spanish again. I did not hear nothing that lady said. I was like, but mind you, I sucked in Spanish anyways, so like this was a normal occurrence for me, but it was worse this time because I was actually fucked up. So I'm like, what? Like, and so he was like, just skip her. He was sitting in front of me. He was like, just skip her. She don't know. And thank God he did, because I would have been sitting there for another 10 minutes. Like, what the fuck did this bitch say? I did not hear nothing she said. I did not hear. The Spanish was sounding like Spanish, because I didn't know no Spanish. But Anyways, so yeah, after that, mind you, I had a long day ahead of me, y'all. Like, I literally had to cheer at a game right after that, and the game was like an hour away. Like, we had to drive to a different city for our game. So after that last period, I'm still hot as hell. I'm still up there. So we go to what happened? So I get my stuff out my locker. I get my cheer stuff. I think I went to go change or whatever. Yeah, I went to go change because my one friend that was supposed to be in Spanish with me, she was also my cheer friend. She wasn't there. So I was with my other cheer friend and we met up in the bathroom. We was changing or whatever. And I was telling her like what I was on. And she was like, dude, me too. Like I had the same Eddie from the same girl. I'm like, bruh. So we both in there like, oh my gosh. So we get on the bus to go to the game. We on that bus for a good hour, y'all. And this was so funny because like we was in there chilling. Like we was literally on the bus chilling. I think I probably went to sleep or something. Yeah. And so when we got to the game, we was cheering. Like we still was cheering. Like, I was just cheering high as hell. Like, I was just like, oh. And me and her was like kind of in the same line. So we just kept looking back at each other like, bitch. Still was hitting them toe touches though. Hello. Period. Y'all not fucking with me. But we was very high. And then when halftime came, I think what happened during halftime, we literally like sat on the bleachers and went to sleep. Like we literally was knocked out for like the halftime. That's how high we was. And then by the time the game ended, like I think we was still high. Like I was literally high for like half a day. Like that was probably the highest I've ever been. Like literally the whole entire game that we was cheering, we was messed up, but we still, did our big one. And it was so crazy. So after the game, we had to get back on the bus to go back to our city, which was an hour away. I slept so good on that bus, y'all. Like, me and her was knocked out. Like, apparently it was a handful of people that had, like, took the Eddie or whatever and was, like, high. But it was just so crazy how we both ended up being high at the game. Like, we was both cheering high. So, it was just so crazy. Like, I will never forget, like, my first time ever getting high. Like, literally. And it was so fun because, like, imagine cheering high. Like, you gotta be loud, you still gotta hit your toe touches, you gotta get your halftime show right. Like, it was so funny. But I don't think nobody knew that we was, or if they did know, they wasn't like we didn't get in trouble for it or nothing, because one, we're seniors, two, live a little, you know what I'm saying? Like, just, just live a little. So that's basically like how that day went. I did not smoke anything until like, maybe I couldn't have been 18 because I turned 18, then that's when I started smoking. So probably like after that, whatever. But that was the first time I ever got high. So y'all, that's basically the story. It was a quick one. I really just wanted to get on here and give y'all something because I'm finna go on a trip and I want to make sure that y'all got this because, the vlogs is going to be coming very soon after. Yeah. So be on the lookout for the vlogs. Make sure y'all check out my Instagram at Naya Athena. I am a artist, engineer, all of that stuff, local artist. And yeah, just stay tuned for what else I might post, and y'all have a good day. Make sure you leave a like, comment, share, subscribe, tell a friend, and I will see y'all in the next one. Peace.